The European Parliament has discussed the sensitive areas, the crisis within Europe, but also in the neighborhood of Europe. Of course, Iraq, Syria, the conflict over there is an important threat to be negotiated, and also the Gaza Strip. There's still some uncertainty whether the ceasefire will last. And the third area is Libya. I have asked one of the most competent members of this parliament, the chairman of the Foreign Committee, the German Elmar Brok, about his opinion, especially when it comes to Syria, Iraq. Besides the debates on Ukraine, there are three other, what should I call it, sensitive areas you have been debating. Syria, Iraq, of course, Gaza Strip and Libya. What is, in your opinion, going to happen from EU aspects when it comes to Syria, Iraq? Shall it be involved?
The European Union is involved because it's so close to us. And first of all, we carry moral responsibilities in order to help in a humanitarian way. We have to be helpful to stop these murderous gangs who kill every minority, Christians, but also Muslim minorities or other Muslim groups. And therefore I think this is an incredible way, how can we stop fundamentalism which is against the will of the majority of all people, including Muslim people.
But you said humanitarian aid help, not military?
No, I am also in favor for military help, and therefore I welcome it as European countries are ready to deliver weapons, for example, to the Iraqi Kurds in order to protect themselves and others.
Do you foresee a common EU standpoint on this?
I think there is a common EU standpoint on it, but not everyone is ready to deliver weapons. And here I think it's a wise decision that everyone who wants to do and can do so. So not everyone can do so, because there are capabilities for that.
Yeah, I'm asking because not every EU member countries has joined the so-called 40-country alliance against IS.
No, I think that is a question that it must be possible that not everyone takes part in everything, but we have to agree that the others also act because of the common basis, name of the Europeans, and I think that is what's mostly achieved.
So you don't foresee that the commissioner responsible for foreign affairs, that she will have to represent EU in this case?
In this case, politically, yes. She should be ready to be one of the negotiators to find a solution for the whole region. And it means diplomatically, politically, and also the European Union is with this Commissioner for Humanitarian Aid, one of the most important people in order to deliver humanitarian aid.
What about the Gaza Strip? What do you foresee will be the outcome of this ceasefire at the moment? We heard again of violation by a rocket towards Israel.
I think it's the most important question, that with the openness of the border of the Gaza Strip is combined the demilitarization of the Gaza Strip, and that all neighbors countries, but also the international community, make it clear and effective and credible that no further weapons is delivered to Hamas.
Do you foresee that Egypt hereby will play a vital role?
I think it has played already a vital role by making it possible that we have a ceasefire, but also by stopping certain smuggling towards the Gaza Strip.
Is thereby the EU recognizing the present regime in Egypt?
I think the present regime is in this question helpful and interesting. And we have to see that this regime made it possible that we have this ceasefire and that certain conditions for further peace is developed by that. That does not mean that every step of the internal policy in Egypt we accept, but in this question this government is helpful.
But that it could lead to some kind of better relationships?
I think so, and I think Egypt plays an important role in the whole Arabic region, but especially also in the Middle East conflict. It has done so in the past, and we have to see that this new regime in Egypt, result of the elections, is better than radical Muslim fundamental organizations who are ready to kill.
To the third area and last area, Libya. Is there any chance at all to have any kind of influence on what's going on in Libya?
We can perhaps help that the worst does not happen. But this is a failed state, and that it's very difficult to reorganize that. We have seen that in Iraq, and I think we should see also which mistakes we have done in the past. Where we create a vacuum, certain groups go into the vacuum. But also here we have to talk to all the countries in the Arabic region, Arab League, for example, that now Qatar and such countries are stopped to support fundamentalist groups with weapons and money.
At a meeting between Angela Merkel and the Sheikh of Qatar indicated at least that that one could speak with them at least.
We have to speak to them, but we have to explain them this responsibility they have. Also to Turkey, that there's still certain possibilities of that Turkey is used for certain financing routes for the ISIS. It shows that not everyone sticks fully to its responsibility.
But that leads to a final question about the Kurdish state, Kurdistan, inside Turkey one day as well?
Look, I think that would be probably a civil war in Turkey. But that we see now via ISIS that the old colonial frontiers are not so deeply grounded as we believed it before. We'll see that we might have a total new regrouping of countries in that region.